Hey, how's it going?
Not too bad. How are you? Hey, just checking in with you. So a couple of people were just curious what you were doing. So
Fitness event.
fitness.
Yep.
Okay. Here, kind of taking a look at everything and all that.
Participating.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome, man. If you anything, I mean, you keep fit max. I'm not really worried about.
No,
this
no.
stuff,
I've
so.
even helped set up festivals like this, Folk Life and stuff. I'll be volunteering this again this summer.
Okay. Awesome. What's your name, man?
Allie.
Jim.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Hanging out for the whole day.
Hopefully, yeah. Just making sure it's all good. I was born here, so when stuff like this happens, I like to keep an eye on it.
Understand, man.
Yeah.
Understand.
What, are you doing your own private fitness thing that you're streaming or something?
I'm not streaming. It is private. It goes on
Okay.
private YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, just documenting.
Okay.
Yep.
What's the name of the fitness?
It's not. It's just my private YouTube.
Just your private.
Yeah. Well, there is a group of people that I train with. We all do the same type of thing.
Okay.
So, yeah, but it's just, I'm the only one that decided to show up because my family is 2 World War veterans in it. My family's lived here for a long time. I just like to come and participate and show some support.
Awesome. From DC, you said?
I was born here. I live in Alexandria.
Okay. Awesome. Are you affiliated with the Smithsonian?
Well, yeah. First, my dad was affiliated because he sponsored a record deal for the Tuvan Throat Singers. He got them in the studio at Bias Studios for Folk Life, and then I started volunteering with the Folk Life Festival, and COVID shut that down, unfortunately. But it's coming back up, so I'm gonna be doing audio documenting with them this summer in July. Yep. Yep.
And what are you on YouTube? Is it?
It's private.
YouTube,
I'm all privatized.
private stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Even my Instagram is like private, and then there's only like album covers on there.
Okay.
Yeah. I keep it low key.
Yeah. Cool, man. Cool. Not looking to cause any trouble or anything.
Nope. Neither am I. I'm just here to support the troops, just like everyone else.
Hey, just I don't know, like just checking in. Like I said, some
Yeah.
of the
No
people
problem.
were
No.
curious what was going on.
I'm not surprised.
So.
You know how it is. This. I always like to look at it like this. This is a much easier scenario to deal with than being in an active combat zone and someone's like, oh my god, what are they doing? And then, you've got a SWAT team that comes in and tries to confront you about something. It's the same thing. Every time I have a hardship, I go, it's like, oh, it's hot today. Like it was hot yesterday when I came to creative clearance.
Yeah.
And I was like, but I feel a little bit of cold air, so it's not that hot.
No, it's definitely.
Yeah.
It's been worse for sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm aware of the context, and I'm aware that you guys are just doing your jobs, and that people aren't always used to seeing people like me do what I do in public, except I'm doing it in a safe way, demonstrating what could be. You could see why someone would say something about what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
However, what I'm doing is only indicative of what they would be concerned about.
Understood.
Yep. And when when I'm on everyone's team, it's a good thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep.
Now, I saw you doing this.
You wanna see another
training in MMA and all.
It's
all
not.
that stuff, or what do
It's
you, what do you
So it's
train in?
mixed martial arts. It's like this is all non-combat, but it's obviously if you took these skills and took the frill out of them, it could be used. Some of the skills could be used for combat. And really the best part is that it's all about body awareness, self-control. Let's say you're in a multidisciplinary team and you have to hop in a jet. You are in a hog, you have to hop in a jet. Well, how are you going to know where you're at in the air if you don't practice that with your body itself?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Do you yourself have any military experience?
I've participated in some routines and I have contributed to some of the operations.
But not actively.
I have an active, how do I put it? It's difficult because, selective service is one thing, and then there's black ops, so if I said that I had active, I wouldn't be telling you the whole truth, but it wouldn't be wrong. Yeah. Anyways. Do you want to see my ID or something? Is that why you're taking it out?
Yeah, you mind?
Yeah. I had an infusion done recently. I had blood on my hand when I touched my card. So, wipe it off for you.
Instead of me touching it,
I'll just
since
hold
you
it.
told me there's blood on it,
Yeah.
I was just going to do you mind if I take a photo of
Go
it?
ahead.
Because then I don't have to.
No, absolutely, it's fine. The ketamine infusions for the PTSD.
put the gauze on my arm, I touch the gauze and I touch my ID.
I got you.
I can read it.
Cool.
Get it?
Yep.
Yep. And so if you need me, if I'm not around this area, I'll be at that residence. You'll know where to find me if you need me.
What is the name of what it is that you do?
Martial arts tricking. Yeah, I
That's a new
recommend
one.
looking into it.
Yeah.
Martial arts
Yeah, it's actually not super new. People who were, Afghanistan era, there was a small dedicated of horsemen who were adept at what I'm doing. And I'm, obviously, I'm younger than that, but I've learned from some of the best people in the world. It's really a very dedicated sport.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. There's another guy around here named Will Conies, he does it professionally, and he also trains people. So he's a good one to look at.
When you say you were trained by some of the best people out
Like
there, you mentioned
such as Will
Afghanistan.
Conies. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm saying during that era,
Okay.
there were people of that caliber who were doing this sort of thing also. It's a mixture of it's the most advanced format of martial arts demonstration that there is without resorting to any sort of combat. Yeah.
When did you get here?
Let's see, I was at Arlington at 8:15, and then I got here around 9. Well, it took me a little bit to get off the train, so like 9:45 maybe.
Okay. And you live in Arlington?
No, I don't live in Arlington. I live in Alexandria. My mailing address is Alexandria. I live in Annandale. You can see the address on the card.
And you plan to stay here for the duration, or?
Yeah, I mean, if I get bored, I'll go home. But I want to see the parade and all the tanks and stuff. I'm an avid tank fan.
Awesome.
Yeah.
They are pretty
They're
far
gnarly.
pieces of machinery, right?
Yeah, I've played tank games since I was a little kid too, and I used to score real high on them. Like
Nice.
I was in like the gifted and talented program, so they were
Okay.
doing all these intelligence tests and stuff, and I was playing war games when I was a kid.
Okay.
And so I have a deep love for heavy machinery.
Cool.
Yeah.
You still play that stuff, or?
Yeah, I take some time to. We have a cabin out in Loudoun County, and
Okay.
I keep an N64 out there.
Okay.
And so I make time to go and play the old games, make sure
Nice.
I don't lose my touch too much. Just like Super Smash Brothers, people get obsessive about it, but I just play the original one. But I
Okay.
just play every now and then just to make sure I still got my sticks.
Yeah, gotta stay strong, man, right?
Yeah, absolutely,
Gotta stay
yeah.
on it, up to date.
Yep. Just like every other skill, if you don't use it, you lose it.
Good deal, man.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, do you happen to have any weapons? No, I know you don't have them on
I'm-
you, but do you have?
I'm the only thing that could be classified as a weapon. Yeah.
You don't have any weapons?
No, I got
in your
checked
home?
in my
no,
home.
Not
No,
in here, but
no, and my dad has a 22 at the cabin he uses to put groundhogs down, but it's got a trigger lock on it at all times. And my house has already been checked in the past 6 months by a full sponsor.
Why was that?
If you want more information, you can look it up. I'm just letting you know. I've already been checked.
Which jurisdiction of this was?
It's Fairfax County.
Fairfax. Were you home when that happened?
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a bit of an issue because it's like federal progress versus state policy. So
When they checked it, were they looking for you or somebody that stays in your home?
they were looking for me. They found me, and I'm here, which means that they didn't detain me infinitely.
This is true.
And that was 6 months ago, so you can do the math.
6 months.
Yep.
Were there any charges that they?
Yep. And like I said, if you want to know more, you can look it up now. I don't think this is the appropriate time to talk about that.
You're in front of me, so it's easier for me to just ask
Okay.
you.
And I'm not giving my consent to talk about it right now.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
And you have all the resources in the world to look it up.
This is very true. I just thought I'd ask you since you're right here.
Yeah,
we
it's
just,
not
just having a friendly
time.
conversation.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
fine.
exactly. I'm keeping it on that table. If you don't mind.
That's perfectly fine. May I ask where the cabin is that you referred to?
You can ask him. I told you it's in Loudoun County.
Oh, Loudon. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a lot of noise coming
Yep.
from here. Do you happen to have any affiliation with any extremist groups?
You mean like the army?
If that's what you consider it?
Yeah, I have tons of affiliation with the army. I'm what is known as of the army, not in the army. So, yeah, I'm about as army affiliated as it gets without holding a rifle in front of you.
Okay.
You got a lot tattoos, man. Some pretty
I
nice
do most
art.
of them myself.
Do you really?
Really?
It's pretty good art.
Skillful.
What are the meanings of some of them? Because it seems really intricate.
That's the restaurant that I worked at. That was like near my house. This is the same company as this. They're like a rock star. You guys remember Warped Tour?
Oh,
They used
yeah.
to sponsor a lot of the bands back then, and I used to be a frontman in the band. I didn't do Warped Tour and everything.
Okay.
This is, the Japanese artwork. I took a design and I made it my own. This
Okay.
is obviously no stranger. You guys know Stranger Exist. You know what that is. You might even know what that is. This is the cabin.
Oh wow, you got.
Oh, you drew that yourself too?
Yep.
Oh, that's wild.
And then these are flowers from last year at the garden that I volunteer at.
Okay.
This is from Spirited Away. This is from Dead Poets Society. You know, Seize the Day.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I wanted to get this. When I was 17, I went to a Georgetown law class, and then unfortunately I had a medical emergency. But I planned on getting this at some point at the time, and then I did it recently. This is for my grandmother. Her name is Rose after she passed away, and then after my uncle Michael Devine, Rose Devine.
Right.
She passed away. He passed away. Then I got this done in Pittsburgh. Etc. I could go on and on. Yeah.
I appreciate it. You telling us to, so have you been going there since you've been younger? Is that why
This
you're...
one, yeah. I was actually here before I was even born. I was in my mom's belly. They got married at the cabin.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Nice. So it's been in the family.
Yeah. Actually, my dad renovated it from like a late 1700s, early 1800s cabin. You know Tyson's Corner?
Yeah.
It used to be farmland, and my family owned farmland there. Not like growing stuff, but like a big plot of land. And after they sold it, it got developed into the mega complex that it is now. But then they moved out to Percival area, and we have 75 acres out there, and that's where this is. And there's a regular house too that my great grandparents built on, stuff like that.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us.
Yeah, no problem.
Be safe out here.
I always am.
Make sure you drink water too, man.
I brought a whole big jug.
With
Check
all
it
that
out.
working out and stuff.
Yep.
like,
I made sure I brought some extra shoes too, just in case it rains, water,
definitely make sure you guys.
and in case it rains again.
I got a backpack that has that print on it, or a gym bag.
And don't
Yep.
forget, man, if you
Old
drop
Navy
a
print.
wallet or something underneath there too.